Welcome back. Your good friend Walter here in the workshop. Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there, and I hope the kids and the grandkids and everybody is all around you driving you totally crazy. Yeah, that's what Dad Day's for. Today, I want to just sort of have a chat. It's a very important topic, and naturally, any visit with me in the workshop wouldn't be the same without making some shavings. So, what's your exit strategy? That's right, I said exit strategy. We all get into woodworking for many reasons. Sometimes, I can tell you my story. My story was I started young, 14, 15 years old, puttering. Then I started an apprenticeship in a cabinet making shop, and I hung on every word my master spoke in regards to the task and the tools. And then little by little, it became more and more serious hobby. Then it became a craft. Then it became an income. So then, as we get older, things start to happen in our lives. Some of us get married, have children, have other responsibilities, need more money. We work harder and harder and harder, and we pay the bills, hopefully. But the one thing they never taught me, not one person ever spoke to me about an exit strategy. So let's think about that because I don't have one. Maybe I can help some younger people or even some older folks in this community develop an exit strategy. Because the old saying, I'm going to get close, the old saying, he who dies with the most tools wins, is not true. He who dies with the most tools and lumber and hardware and other stuff leaves it for their family to clean up. They're dead all the same. So, exit strategy. So, what if, as a young man or woman or lady, you plan for that day that you won't be making a living here at the bench anymore? What if you plan for that? What does that mean? Well, I had a dream about 20 years ago. I was developing my baseball bat business and I wanted to hire a dozen workers, and I wanted to give each of those workers a portion of the business and expand it. And I would be more or less the CEO chairman, but I had slowly turned the work over to the other owners. Then, when I was ready to retire, I would keep a 10 or 20% portion of the business, and the rest would be all the workers. But I would have no more control over it, except maybe a veto. No, don't do that. That wouldn't be wise. Well, I went to my local council and I had the land all picked out, and I said, I need $1 million. This is going back quite some years. And I said, this is what I want to do. And they said, that'll never work. So that killed that. Then, about 10 years ago, when I sold the bat business and I had some surgery, I thought, okay, when I get back from this surgery, I'm going to buy a whole bunch of other cabinet making tools. And I'm going to set up a school in the building adjoining this shop. that was great. Great idea. I got all the tools. I was setting up and everything else. And then I went to put a plan together. And the American with Disabilities Act came into play. And it was going to cost me $100,000 just to make it handicap accessible. Not denying that that would be necessary or useful, but I didn't have $100,000 to put into handicap parking places, ramps, bathrooms, etc., etc. So that killed another dream. I mean, I've had a lot of dreams over the years. So that was about the time I started doing more and more YouTube videos. And if you could do me a favor, go back and watch all my old videos. And if they're not of your liking, just let them play through, let the commercials play through. It helps boost the channel. So my exit strategy was blown. I no longer had an exit strategy. And to this day, I don't. Now I'm at a point where if you look behind me, we have all sorts of wood and tools. Okay. I don't want to make you dizzy. And that's my old faithful Delta Unisaw. That's been with me through thick and thin. I can't tell you how many million cuts I've made on that saw. Best saw ever. Best saw ever. And I'm not going to get into any discussion on the modern day saws. So now, what do I do with all this stuff? I have no apprentice. I have nobody locally that will buy me out. And if they want to give me pennies on the dollar. So I'm going to have a few suggestions for you youngins. Number one, work hard. Number two, be honest. Number three, save. So if you have, I used to use a markup of 4x. Whatever my wood cost me, the price of that item was going to be 4x. So you spend $100 in wood, it was going to be a $400 finished piece of furniture. That was a long time ago. It worked. It worked. There was good profit. Raised 2 boys, paid all the bills. And even in the baseball bat business, there were times where I was making $2 and $3 and $4 a baseball bat, but we made thousands. So the bills were paid. But I didn't have an exit strategy. Save. Bare minimum, 10% of your gross annual income. Save. Then you invest. What do you invest in? Number one investment is you invest in yourself. You invest in learning, you invest in training, invest in yourself, invest in your health. Okay? You know, you want to eat right, you want to have regular checkups, you want to take good care of yourself. And then you have to have a plan for what are you going to do when you retire. Do you let all this stuff pile up like I did? If there's somebody out there who just happened to hit the lottery and you've got a whole bunch of money and you don't know what to do with it and you want to buy me out, come on over. All I need is a few select hand tools, maybe my old table saw, maybe not. And if I could have a toolbox of tools that I could take with me anywhere, that would be all I need. Hand saws, planes, chisels, etc. The rest can all go. And as far as the wood's concerned, I probably have a few ton of bits and pieces of wood, everything from turning stock to long length boards. I've got some pine boards down here. I don't know if you can see them. I don't know if you can see them. Up against the wall there, they go all the way back. I believe they're 12 foot long, 20 to 25 inches wide, and I can't say they're clear, but I think they are. I think they're clear pine. They've been there 10, 15 years. And there's piles more next door. 24 by 48-foot building filled with stuff. As far as I'm concerned right now, 90% of it could all go. Because I'm no longer in business making furniture or cabinets for a living. And my teaching abilities are limited to YouTube. And that brings up another topic where YouTube has taken from me any earnings ability. How did they do that, you may ask? Let me tell you the story. With my first video, it was about me hand turning baseball bats. I was making over $100 a month on that video. Then YouTube sold, I think, to Google, and then Google changed the rules, and little by little, I was making less and less and less, even though it has 250,000 views. The most recent obnoxious thing that they did was to put a time clock on my channel. So first you had to have 1,000 subscribers in order to be monetized. Then you had to have a certain number of watch hours. But now you have to have 4,000 watch hours within the last 365 days. So for the last 2 to 3 years now, I've been hovering between 3,950 and just shy of 4,000. So I have not made a penny, not one penny, for all the work I did, almost 200 videos. Am I whining and complaining? No, just pointing it out. Life's not fair. That's the other thing to all you youngins. Life's not fair. You will have times where things do not go right. It's not fair. Learn and move on. You don't hold no grudges. You don't get back at people. You just be kind and move on. So that's about it for today's video. But if you can, a couple things would help me. Number one, I know everybody says this. It drives me crazy. You shouldn't have to say it. If you found even one or two things in this video enjoyable, useful, hit the like button. You don't like it, hit the don't like button. It's an interaction. YouTube counts it as an interaction. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I invite you to subscribe. Why? It tells YouTube that I matter, that the channel matters. And number three, if you have any woodworking friends, or any friends at all, or family, or next door neighbors, and you either want to share the joy, share the love, then share my video with them. If you want to annoy them, do that too. I mean, I could yodel for you if you like, but that's a whole nother thing. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should get my accordion out here and play some music. I don't think we're flat anymore here. And that's about it for today. There we go. Thanks for stopping by. It's always fun. I would love to do more woodworking. I would love to spend more time in the shop, and perhaps I will. I have to either acquire or make 2 bed frames. And if I can't find something inexpensive locally that was pre-owned, then I'm going to have to build something in the next week or so. So if I do that, or perhaps I should say when I do that, I might videotape some of that. That would be fun. Friends, be kind, work hard, be honest, and develop an exit strategy. You don't want all of this on top of your shoulders as you get older, because either you own your possessions or your possessions are going to own you. Head out to your workshop and go make some shavings. Good friend Walter.